Alright, so we are playing CyberNet. All the YouTube videos that I have looked at don't really explain the editor very well. And well, I'm here to talk about the editor and what you can do. So, we're going to start with this, alright? Here's our home computer, devices. So this is a network technically. This is a network. We scan for networks like this, and we get more individual networks. And we can go to each network by scanning them. And you move to them, and then you hack them. Hack failed. Yeah, sometimes the scan and hacks fail. So we'll get into that eventually. And you get the access code. Then you log in. And then you have access to these things. Now you can scan these guys and hack them. And then log into them and then steal. And that's how you get money. Alright. So that is the basic steps, alright? You scan for network, you find a target, and then you get the money from the target. Oh wait, which one did I run? Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, this one has a firewall, so it crashed my code, but I needed to run Artemis 2. Artemis 2 immediately does everything. Artemis 2, which is this one here, does everything in a select form, but I won't be doing something this advanced. Oof, excuse me. So what I'm going to be doing is showing you how I learned. We're going to create a new program. We're going to make this Scandal v3. Might as well, alright? Scandal v3. What does my original Scandal do? Oh yeah, my original Scandal uses, let's see. Oh, no, my original Scandal does that, so, okay, then we're not going to create a new Scandal. We're going to just make something entirely new, I guess. Where is it? Scandal. Delete. Alright. Basic. No. Video code, I guess. Yeah, no, video program. Yeah. Alright. So, how I learned is basically you're gonna want to start. Okay, we're gonna do a selector. So basically, how the code's gonna work is we're gonna select a network, and then we're gonna run the program, and the program will scan the network, hack the network, log into the network, look for all the devices, scan all the devices, hack all the devices, and steal from all the devices. So we're going to be working on that. Trust me, it sounds complicated, but it's really not. Alright. So we're going to do that now. So, alright. First things first, you want to get context for this, because the context would be the internet, or the network. The context will be this guy. And so then you want to check. Well, you don't even have to check really. Or should you check? Let's check. Let's do a checker. Check for if it is scanned. So if the network is scanned, true or false. So if it's not scanned, which would be false, we're gonna connect the scan function to it, to the execute. Make sure to connect this target to everything, because it's all in the context of this, alright, of the network. Actually, hold on. Is there a better, let's see, current network? No, that's when you move to it. Okay, well. Whatever, yeah, whatever. Context should work just fine. Anyway, so actually no, we're not going to do that. We're going to make a check. We're going to make it automatic. So if this scan fails, we're going to use a label and a return. How these work is that this will return to this label and run the code in between again. So we're going to name the label return scan, and then we're going to name the return scan. After that, we're going to just fit this right in between here, and we're going to connect the false, we're going to connect there, and then we're going to get a merge real quick. So yeah. Then we put this guy here. We connect the fail condition. We connect the exec. We connect it here. We take the true function, because if it's already true, then might as well just go all the way to the merge here. So what this basically does is that when we click on a network and run the program, it will check if it is scanned. If it's not scanned, it will scan it. And if it fails to scan, it'll go back to here and scan again until it gets it right. And then it'll continue on to the merge. And that's how you create a basic loop to make sure something is scanned. And we can test this right now by putting an end on this. So, all right, we're gonna save. We're gonna go here and we're gonna run the video program. Network scanned. Yeah, and it scanned it. Good. Okay, now we're going to move to it. We're gonna move to it. So I'm gonna do some. No. We'll keep it all in one line, but the line is gonna get long. Actually, yeah. Okay, we're not gonna keep it on one line. We're just gonna move this. So move to function. So in the context, you're gonna move to the network. So we're just gonna connect these functions here, so that way it keeps in its line here. Move to it, and then we're going to check. Okay, if the building has a firewall, the program will not work and it will break. So I'm not gonna do anything with the firewall. I mean, you need to buy all this stuff in the program shop in the dark market. You need to buy all the firewall bypasses for firewalls to work. I will be doing that later, or showing that later, if you guys want more, that is. Anyway, move to the network now, since you scanned it. Then you're going to want to basically do the same thing up here. You can hold shift and then click to do that, copy paste that. Okay. So move to, we're going to do, instead of return scan, return hack. Return hack. Okay. And then we're moving that up here. We're going to, okay. We're gonna also add a check as well. We're gonna add a check. We're gonna move this back here, move this into place here. Go, scroll down here, is hacked, boom, in the context of the network. And then boom. All right, if false, run that. If true, go to the merge, return hack, target, in the context of the network. Boom, 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 and now that should hack it. So let's test it out. We're going to need an end. Let's save it. We're going to go to U. We're going to run the video program. It did not work. Why no work? Why did it not work? Let's review. So it is not connected. Wait, it is connected, okay. So everything's connected, it's in the context of the network. Is hacked, Uh-huh. Okay. Should be working. Why are you not working? It should be hacking it. Oh, it's because I didn't put a hack here. There was a scan. Okay. Get the hack function. Fail. Execute. Fail in the context of the network, and that is your scan and hack. Save. And then let's try this again. We're gonna be at home. We're going to run the video program, and it hacked automatically. Boom. And now you have access to all of these, but you have to log in first, so we're going to do that real quick. To log in, you simply just place in a login here, the context of the network, and the access code is provided by your hack, so you connect that there. Now you have a log. Now you logged in. Now you can check for each device. For each is a very useful code because it scans literally everything in a list. And so we go down here. This also works for discovered networks if you want to create something automatic. This also works on devices, which is what we're working with today. So in the context of the network, so all the devices in the network becomes a list that is for each here. Connect that to there. Alright, so for each device in a network, we are going to scan. So we're going to do we're basically going to copy and paste this. So copy, paste, Control Z if you want to get rid of it. Copy, paste. Alright, we're going to do that. We're going to put that in there, put that in there. We're going to change this name to redo scan, confirm. Redo scan, confirm, so there's no overlapping problem. I keep forgetting to add this. I keep forgetting to add that. So we're going to Control C, Control V. We could just duplicate this if we wanted. That's not what I wanted. I wanted U. Can I duplicate this, please? Okay. This can go away. Alright, we're gonna quickly move all of this over that way. Always put your if statement first. Boom. Put your is scanned under it in the context of the devices. This is the context of devices now. Since we are now using this as a list, this list is now the context. And then we want to check if it's true. If it's true, or if it's false, connect this to here. Scan it. We're gonna just put that there. Scan it. Merge down to there. Boom. Alright, now we basically took this, but all we ever did was change the context from the network to the devices in the network. So this is gonna go from here, and then when it's done, it goes to here, logs in, and then does the devices next. Now we're going to do this, or we should check it. We should check it first. Always check the code. So get an end it, save, go back to your networks. What is this? 4-star? It should not have a firewall. If it does, it'll break. But you know. See? It failed, but it kept going. Okay, it scanned that. But it didn't scan the others. Why did it not scan the others? Okay. Move back to there. Alright. For each in the list, for each thing in the list, check if it is scanned. Scan it. Oh, it's because I had the end at the bottom there. Okay. The end needs to go here, because when the for each is done running through all of its code, it'll go to done, and then done will go to end. Save it, network. We're going to reset protocol to get new networks. All right. We're going to run our video program on this. Oh, it has a firewall, and that's when it breaks. It has a firewall. Yep. Okay, let's run it on this one. Boom, look at that. Everything automatically scanned. Perfect. Now, move back home and go to editor. Okay, now we're going to copy and paste this now down into here, down into the context of the devices. So once it's done here, you simply just move it down to this if statement. We're going to redo hack, redo hack. Then we're going to be in the context of the devices. So we need to connect those. And then boom, we should now be hacking the devices. We're going to save and we're going to check. So we're going to do this small shop now. View video program. Boom, boom. Scan the devices. And it hacked it. Boom. Now we just need to log in and steal. So we're going to do that now. We are going to get the login function. We're going to move this end up here for organization purposes. Okay, we're going to connect this login to here, log into the device using the access code from the hack. Now, we're going to put an if statement, and then we're going to get can steal, so it doesn't get annoying. In the context of the device, connect that to there. If I can steal, then I'm going to steal. Boom. And we're going to steal from the device. Save. And that should be a basic scanner. Is this a 5-star? It is 5-star. Okay, we got some 5 stars. We're going to reset protocol and then scan for new networks. Alright. We're going to do this apartment video program. Boom, boom. Auto scans, auto hacks. Logs in. And did it grab the money? It did not grab the money. Why did it not grab the money? Log in. In the context of this. Oh, I didn't connect it yet. I forgot to connect it. Okay. Now it should steal. Let's use this video program. Boom. Yep, it's stealing. Yeah. And perfect. Yeah. It stole everything. Good. Yeah. And that is how you automate or a way to steal. You just select your target and then you run the program. That's simple. So we're going to reset protocol, and that is pretty much a beginner level of how to program in this game. I have yet to tamper with any of the security stuff or the malware stuff, so I will probably figure that out eventually, but I still got to figure out my other various codes. So yeah, maybe I'll do this one next, the RMS2, and show you what that is like. Yeah, but we have a basic level of understanding now. So I guess that is it. Thank you for watching. This next part will be a review of the code to explain its functions. So if you want to stick around for that, you can. I'll just be yapping. Anyway, so yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and now I'm going to get into the review. So, to review, in the context of the network we selected, we're going to check if it is scanned. We're going to check if it is... Oh wait, no. I'm getting ahead of myself. In the context of the network, we're going to check if it is scanned. If it is not scanned, we'll scan it until it says scanned. Once we scan, we move to the merge. The merge moves us to moves our little guy, our character, to that new network, so we can then hack it. So we're going to check if it is hacked. If it is not hacked, we're going to hack it until it is hacked. And then we're going to move to the merge. Then we're going to log into the network so we can see all the devices, which now the network's devices is there. It will provide us a list that we put into the for each. The for each will check every single device in the network. So it checks if the device has been scanned. If it hasn't, it'll scan it. And then it'll move on to the next. It'll check if it's hacked. If it's not, it'll hack it. And then it'll move on to log into the device. And then if you can steal from it, it'll steal. If not, it'll just get voided. And then when that is all done, it'll move on to the next device and the next device and the next device, and then until it gets to the done function, and then the program ends. And that is pretty much it for the review. I hope you learned a lot. Again, label and return are a good way to loop something until it works, until it is true. If is just a nice little way to bypass this, because if it is true, then it'll just go straight to the merge and onto the next function. So yeah, pretty much it. Thank you for watching this little review, and hope you have a good day. See you.